position. For better or worse, he's going to throw the ball all over the field. And that aggressive approach is one of the main reasons why they went after him in free agency.
And his first pass is incomplete. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Jameis to throw it. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. To throw is Winston. That went out wide and intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Now the rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week. 21 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
2nd and 6. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. They're going to look to throw. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. On the move to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. To the right side and complete to Washington. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Khalil Shakir with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all polished off with a Khalil Shakir touchdown catch. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Winston now. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you've got that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Back to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Pushing through the contact. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, they turn to Ford. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run with Ford. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. This defense for the Steelers, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Here's Winston. In trouble, and he's taken down. Nolan Smith drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Steeler defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Here's Winston. That's to the new Dolphin. It's Odell Beckham Jr. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra.
What's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Steelers' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's in the midst of an MVP-caliber season. The NFL's leader in passing yards as he's up over 3,000 now on the year. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll drop to throw. Completes this one to Pickens. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the 1st. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Corliss Waitman now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They will start this drive with Ford, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He finds his man complete. That's Ford. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Winston. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. From the shotgun, it's Winston. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw, Winston. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Ford, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Throwing, Winston. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. On the ground, it's Ford. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff up the middle. Ford works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Blankenship's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A short one there to Freiermuth. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got this to Pickens. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Straight ahead at Stevenson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On the counter, it's Stevenson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down well for the rest of the drive.
Forced out to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This an easy one, 23-yarder. Boswell's kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ford, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Winston. He finds his man, complete. That's Ford. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Ford 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he is caught, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a give, right side. It's Ford. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Winston. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Cleveland offense making their way out. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Jameis to throw it. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And that is taken in by Njoku. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Jameis again. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Blankenship's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
They'll throw now on the final play. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this one is incomplete. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some of the best games of the weekend come in that 1 o'clock Eastern window, one of which features the Panthers at home in Carolina, as they'll have to do battle with the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Later in the afternoon, a lot of the country will be watching the game at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it'll be the Packers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Finally, on Monday night, Ravens and Chargers from SoFi at 5:15 local time. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for, with both these teams in it to win it.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game, with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
43 yards on the punt, return of 4. The Browns offense and Jameis Winston set to take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this.
At the 39-yard line.
From the gun, Winston. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Ford. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Winston. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Browns drive about to get started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Now Winston. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll run on first down. It's Ford. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Steelers' 39-yard line.
Now Winston. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Firing in that time, it was Nick Herbig. Credit him with a sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
He's got Njoku over the middle. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept him in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Back to throw here. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100. And what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. The Browns offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that... And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh 1st. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They run once more with Stevenson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. So that changes things, no doubt. We thought we might be on the verge of our initial score of the game, but after that interception,
The long return.
yeah, then they had that long return, and now it's the other sideline who might be the first to put the points up. And the Browns getting set to go. And following the turnover, they'll look to take the lead here as they start with a 1st and goal. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now they send a man in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's a bootleg with Winston. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Winston. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 2. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Again, it's Stevenson. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. On the handoff, Stevenson. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. Now 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Stevenson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
And fights through one man. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. The Browns set to take over. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Throwing, Winston. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Up the middle they go. 4. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 82 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Winston. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Winston. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Winston. This is the tight end, Njoku. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 24 now, here's second and a couple. Now a handoff up the middle. It's 4, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bates. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. This second and 4.
At the 15-yard line.
First carry now for Pierre Strong. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. To throw, Winston. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Blankenship's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. Has his man, it's Shakir. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Now a handoff, Stevenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Completes it to... And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
Here's Stevenson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 60 yards on the ground so far for Stevenson and a first down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Finds Pickens outright.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 5.
Now back to throw.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he's down inside the 15. Now it's Stevenson.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Ronnie Hickman knocking it away that time in coverage.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the interception, Winston.
That's caught left side by Judy.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Winston. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Nick Herbig, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Winston now. And this is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.